On the Apps panel within the editor, you can efficiently run dbt CLI to develop and build dbt models. It's called Terminal, and let's walk through the various features. At the bottom of your screen, you will see a new terminal window open. Here, you can run any git or dbt command like dbt run, dbt test, dbt compile, and much more. The terminal also provides auto-completion, so as you type, for example, dbt run, Paradime will provide suggested and relevant options. And if you click Tab, the code will execute. Additionally, you can easily manage multiple terminals at once, and even display them side by side. When you right-click a specific terminal, you'll discover several terminal management options, like pinning a specific terminal, maximizing a terminal window, and closing various terminal windows at once. And lastly, in our documentation, you can learn about additional terminal capabilities, as well as integrations. On the Apps panel within the editor, you can preview the compiled SQL and results of a model without having to compile your dbt resources first. It's called Data Explorer, and let's walk through the various features. By clicking Compile, you will see the compiled SQL of the dbt model currently open in your editor. This allows you to effectively check how your Jinja and macro blocks are unfolding while developing. On the right-hand side of the editor, you can preview the results of a model. This allows you to efficiently check if the model results or outputs meet your expectations. By default, the preview is limited to 100 rows of data, but you can change this limit anywhere between 1 and 1,000 rows. And you can even download the results as a CSV. Lastly, you can choose to preview only a portion of your code, like a subquery or a CTE, and click Preview to view those specific results. From the Apps panel within your editor, you can understand the upstream dependencies and downstream impact of a model before your code hits production. It's called Data Lineage, and let's walk through the various features. At the bottom of your screen, you will see all the immediate upstream and downstream dependencies of the model currently open in your editor. And as you navigate through other dbt models in your project, your lineage will update accordingly. To change the number of visible upstream and downstream dependencies, use the text fields on the right and click Enter. And to view all upstream and downstream dependencies, simply add plus symbols to the text fields and click Enter again. Using the icons on the right, you can zoom in, out, and recenter your lineage view. Or you can use your trackpad to pinch in and out. Additionally, you can expand the lineage view to fit your entire screen, and then collapse it when you're done investigating. And if you need additional info on lineage, click the Need Help button, where you'll find in-app documentation as well as links to more materials. From the Apps panel within the editor, you can view your dbt model documentation without context switching. It's called Data Catalog, and let's walk through the various features. At the bottom of your screen, you will see the available dbt model documentation based on the model currently open in your editor. If your model already has documentation, the Catalog app displays high-level metadata like the model classification, description, and column details like the data type, description, and tests. If you want to dive deeper into your documentation, click on the Data Catalog icon on the right. This opens a new tab containing all the metadata associated with the dbt model currently open in your editor. You'll find metadata like the database and schema pertaining to the model, the materialization type, test coverage, model size, and much more. Additionally, you can add, edit, or update your model documentation within the UI instead of a YAML file. For instance, you can add a new model classification. You can also use AI to generate high-quality model descriptions. And in the Column tab, you can edit the column details, like the column description, dbt tests, and classifications. And all the edits you make to the UI will immediately be reflected in the YAML file in your dbt project. Lastly, if the model currently open in your editor doesn't have any documentation, you can click Generate Docs and seamlessly start building your model documentation from scratch.